What's up, guys? Tasteless and Artosis back here at the GSL Codas. We've been seeing some pretty awesome games. Mech games, Marine Marauder games. We've seen some great TDZs. And I think the last TDZ was incredibly entertaining
the best game of the night
and
so far.
also educational.
It was. I really am glad that we saw that. Polt is in tip-top shape, man.
Yeah.
That was just – he executed everything perfectly.
I know.
He played a superior game, man. That was a great, great game from Polt. And Leenock played so well, aside from his Banelings all like morphing out there. And like
you can't even really blame him for doing that. The map's so big, I would have done that too. I'd have been like, put him out somewhere.
It was a hard situation. That particular timing rush, that's actually – well, not exact that timing rush, but – Marine Marauder stim timing attacks against Zerg is actually one of the big reasons why stim was nerfed and made a longer upgrade, is because attacks like that are so hard, and Polt, being such a micro player, decided to use a timing attack like that, and it was awesome. That was just a great game.
GanZI against Polt.
Crossfire Tastes. Are you ready for battle cruisers? If these two don't screw up, man, we're going to see battle cruisers. What's up?
It's an easy map to cut in half. It's also a map where Polt may elect to rush, though.
Oh,
small
sure,
map, so we could see that too. Where did GanZI get his name from, you know?
GanZI means, wait, I know what GanZI means.
What is the name of that river in India? The Ganges River?
Ganges. But GanZI is a Korean word that means awesome, I believe.
Oh, is it? Okay, all right. I was just thinking of the Ganges River. All right.
It's spelled a little bit different.
No, I know it's spelled different, but, you know, there's always misspellings, actually, with these English IDs. So.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Get ready for GanZI against Polt. Two TDT experts. One who Artosis predicted to get out. The other one who was also very handsome. This is the GSL Codas. All right, so Polt has to feel like a total badass coming from that game, but I'll get to him in a minute. Over here, we have the Korean word for awesome.
Slayos, kanji.
Kanji.
Yeah,
okay, kanji. Okay.
Yeah,
See, we're reading it as if it's
yeah, we read it as like GanZI.
I'm like GanZI. No, it's kanji.
Yeah, it's kanji.
Not GanZI. All right, in the bottom left, we have
GSL Polt.
And I'm not sure if my English is correct, but I think Polt actually means to like to bludgeon. Like to hit.
Oh, I used to know. We looked it up after.
Yeah, we did.
People sent it to us on Twitter. Speaking of which, add us on Twitter. I'm Artosis. He is Call Me Tasteless. And that's what I call him most of the time. Nick and Tasteless is actually interchangeable on mine.
You guys actually know that he actually calls me Tasteless all the time.
No, I know. I call you Nick as well.
No, I know, but I'm just saying you call me that all the time. You can actually call me two things all the time.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's both your name, and both. Actually, the same is true with me.
People always ask me in person, hey, Moltrap just walked in the studio.
Oh my God, I haven't seen him in a while.
Moltrap hasn't shaved, man. Moltrap looks like he's been living under a bridge.
Oh my God.
Damn, look at Moltrap's sick beard, man. Oh my God. I look, Moltrap, I don't have a sandwich, man. I don't have any food for you, man. All right.
Wow. Totally wild.
Where were we? But
he's just showing off because I can't grow a beard.
I know. I have to get our pencil out and draw it on you.
Oh, man. Well, GanZI gonna go for a quick command center, of course. Polt gonna do the same. Command centers are pretty good. They can turn into orbitals, which make not only SUVs but mules.
And scans if you want.
No.
If you want to make it hard for yourself, you can scan instead of using a mule.
You can figure out what they're doing instead of just having enough stuff to kill it.
Instead of just making stuff that no matter what, you kill them. So we have one scouting marine here. It looks like GanZI going to go
double gas
or
route.
double gas, yeah.
I do like the double gas route.
Well, on this map, it's really good.
Yeah, this is a very thin map, which makes going something like Marine Tank in some ways even worse. Of course, there are some high grounds and stuff, so opening with a Marine Marauder composition. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm trying to be nice to people who love Marine Marauder and TVT. It sucks, guys. I'm sorry.
Well,
someday everyone will go mech. Maybe when the new game comes out.
The thing about Marine Marauder is like it had to be like on a really special map where you could always drop them and counter them, and that
which
map
doesn't actually exist because missile turrets exist.
Actually, I guess on our last map, maybe.
No, I'm not going to ever say that. It's harder to go mech on some maps. Like Tal'Darim, it's a hard map to go mech.
Tal'Darim, that's correct.
I
It's a hard map
when MVP doesn't go mech there. But,
well, and I do think Marine Siege Tank is fine. it's like a fine way to play the game. You know what I mean? Middle of the road.
I mean,
but I agree. It's just massacring like we saw Marine King do. I'm like, look, you don't have a plan.
No.
You don't have a plan. You just like to run around the map with Marines. I know some nerd who's like, but in Platinum League, shut up. Nobody cares what's going on in Platinum League. These guys are Grandmasters Korea. And that's what we're seeing here, man. The best, the best, the best.
Very true. GanZI going straight up into Banshee, no doubt about it. And Polt just going for that 3 barracks play. Well, we will see. Basically, we're going to wait around and see what the Banshee can do.
That's actually correct.
That's actually the next. That's the next thing that happens in this game, guys.
Yeah, we kind of have to wait and see.
The Banshee comes and we see how many kills he can get with it, and we see if he wants to add more barracks, or if he wants to go mech, which is. It looks like he's actually going to go for a Viking first, maybe.
You know, sometimes when these guys get the Viking right away, it just hard counters the Banshee so much, especially one-gas Banshee builds.
Yeah.
Where they just get over there and they're like, oh.
I wonder if actually he might be going for a, Siege Tank Medevac Marine. That might be it, because that's actually a very good timing attack against pretty much anything. It's just very strong. Your Marines stay alive a lot longer. You have those Siege Tanks for the true power. It can be a really cool build, but he's actually just not using the starport instead. He's decided to just have a starport. That's all.
Well, you know, we will see. It's actually amazing what one medevac will do.
Oh, absolutely.
It's actually kind of funny.
And then, wait a minute here. This might be a mistake. They do have combat shields. Going after some mules here, but he's going to be trapped, Tasteless.
Uh-oh. It's a trap. And
it
now,
is. And, ooh, very nice.
The
GanZI
siege tanks take the damage.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Polt is in so much trouble.
Yeah, GanZI just did a beautiful move there, guys. His Marines were actually at a disadvantage against his opponent's Marines, not only because of combat shield, but because of surface area. So he pulled it back, let his siege tank, high health siege tank, take a little extra damage, slaughtered that army, slaughtered it off. And now Polt's going to be a little bit scared because siege mode's about to finish because there's a medevac out. Because now he's going to take the high ground.
Might end right now.
Yeah, GanZI's going to take this high ground, and it's going to be scary for Polt because Polt does not have siege mode.
Okay, now see what the medevac does, guys. Those ones in the front, they're not going to die. A bunker.
He targeted the SCV though, didn't he? That was smart. That was so smart, Polt.
Man.
And
go ahead, get in the bunker, see what happens.
Oh, here come the SCVs. Still, Polt, if you lose all these SCVs, that is a painful thing as well.
And as you can see, the siege tank doing so much more damage. Reinforcements have arrived.
A siege tank. A couple of Marines are on the way, though. And this is a nice
nightmare
little attack, man. Yeah, this is very annoying for Polt. He's lost a lot. In fact, 14 workers have been killed at Polt's. That is a huge number right now. The supply of GanZI much higher, 72 to 51.
This is a game where one guy does one build, and the other guy happens to be doing the exact counter build.
Yeah.
And then one guy who has the bad build goes into a position that happens to be the exact counter that the other guy would have asked for.
You know, the fact that he walked all the way into that natural, the only thing he could have thought is, okay, he went Banshee. And if he had gone Banshee, maybe you can get out of there or at least trade equally. But in fact, he had gone Siege Tank and was taking up into Medevac. So he's so far ahead right now. It's like actually crazy. And now GanZI going to push up. Polt's going to want to cancel one of his medevacs and build a Viking for sures. That medevac not going to...
Oh, he's going to go for a surround. He might unload over there behind and then try to hit from all angles.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. This is a really cool move.
I like this.
Yeah, it's quite awesome because the siege tanks are behind. The bunkers are being built in front. So definitely it's going to be something that's very strong. He does have stim.
If this doesn't work, though, Polt is dead.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, here we go.
I think it is going to work, Tasteless. Beautiful flank. And that is how you take out siege tanks, Tasteless. Flanks are so amazing against them. Ranged units hate flanks.
And or the medevac get away? The medevac does barely get away. At about half health there. But look, guys, GanZI already has the lead. He's had that expansion up. He's making another command center now. You can see SCVs just now for Polt being transferred, so that really goes to show you just how behind he is.
It is painful, though, that he lost that group of units. That, you know, he has to be careful still, GanZI does. In fact, he only has a few siege tanks sieged up here. If Polt's stim and spreads, he might be able to take out one siege tank in the front, then move back and take out a whole bunch of SCVs or something like that. Now let's see, take that out, move back. There you go. Go into that
nice.
natural,
And he can pick up and lead too if he gets cornered.
Absolutely, there's plenty of medevacs. These SCVs aren't going to do anything. GanZI, you're in trouble, sir. Using your SCVs like that, he's going to lose more and more. Runs
I'm
away
surprised
from
he
the
didn't run
siege
it.
tank.
Wow,
Beautiful
he's
moves.
actually getting the refinery now and everything like that?
Yeah, Polt is playing a pretty great game right here. He's got to be
Oh, the
careful.
Viking!
Oh, man.
Oh!
And the Marines as well taking out a medevac.
Oh, my God.
Loses almost everything
Well, that's
there.
turning from an advantage
Oh.
to a trade.
Yeah.
And once again, GanZI will be in the lead.
Oh! And looks like
I guess we missed that.
looks like we missed a little drop. Did it kill a lot? Polt has killed 22 workers, and GanZI has killed 18. So it's actually a lot closer than it looks in many ways. Of course, supply-wise, we have GanZI in the lead by 20. This is a down and dirty game, man, but I love the moves both players are actually making. Aside from Polt's one really foolish move-in with the Marines into the natural, hoping that his opponent went Banshee. Of course, he lost a lot in that attack we just saw, but that attack was very well done. The counter drops, everything we're seeing here is actually really cool.
Oh, crap.
Oh, no. That's actually really bad news.
Oh, well, I guess it won't even matter if he unloads it. I'm sorry, you're not Rambo.
No, it's not.
Oh, but another drop over here. However, he's got to be careful because the Viking could get back over there. And the medevac will get away. Very nice.
GanZI's supply continues to grow in lead. He's up by 30 right now with 111 against 81. It's a pretty big lead in supply, man.
Oh, man, if he actually stemmed and got that Viking, can he see that? No, he just barely can't. How about that, Artosis? How about them apples? And oranges. Apples or oranges.
All right. So, look at this beautiful spread here by Polt. And does he have actually enough?
On the fence. Just
GanZI
barely not enough. GanZI,
his-
once again,
yeah.
always one step ahead.
Yeah, you know, he has that very superior supply. He's been working on it all game, getting ahead in that way. And is able to punch through, still up by about 30.
Well, controlling the Selnaga Watchtower is huge.
Yeah, that's a pretty good watchtower right there, for sure.
Oh, nice. You get the medevac. Medevac running. And he actually...
almost.
All right, so the No Man's Land has been set up. GanZI with additional expansion. Marines and siege tanks now continue to rally towards a key point on the map.
Both
As
players
he is dominating. Go ahead.
Both players trying to take their third bases right now. GanZI taking a really intelligently set up one. The area his units are in, they can easily respond to the place he took as his third. That's not always the place you take as your third. Oftentimes you take top left if you're the top spot. But he's taken that one because he wanted to set up where he set up. So very intelligent move by GanZI. As Slayers players oftentimes show us a very smart decision-making process.
Oh, man, he better not unload right there.
Oh! This is actually kind of crazy.
It's actually a little bit gutsy here.
And a little bit bad as well.
Yep.
Kills almost nothing with that and loses 2 medevacs full of Marines. Suddenly the supply is just about evened up. Just after I said how smart it was, where he took his expand, he did something a little bit crazy.
He was already in the lead. He didn't need to run in there and try to do that. He should have sat back a little bit.
He's trying to get fancy right now. And being fancy will win you fan stasis, but it oftentimes will not win you championships.
You can't spell fancy without fan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I write my own material.
You can't spell fan without the first part of fancy.
There you go.
Oh, my.
The only part that we couldn't capture in that was the look Artosis gave me after he said that. He like opened his eyes wide and stuff. Like
I was like, oh, I'm so clever. And Tasis gave me charity laughs. It's very kind. All right, so Polt coming out with a very strong drop. This is a good move. He's flown around the sensor tower. And, in fact, there's not a whole lot here. This might do a ton of damage, Tasteless. You know, GanZI's got a great position on him, but he's got nothing at home for this. Does he actually have... Oh, actually, he does have
blunder.
enough.
Even as CD's wanting to get in on this. All right, now, if he drops behind the planetary, he's going to be out of range. See? And now, excuse me.
Until they walk into range.
Yeah, okay. See, if he stays there. Well, GanZI definitely is winning the positional game here, guys. And that's actually the most important factor in TBT. Position is sometimes even more important than economics.
Yes, that's very true. You get
that's a rare thing.
Well, Terran is the one race that can truly defend unbelievably cost efficiently.
Yeah.
The siege tank is the ultimate
the sensor tower, the turret, the
defense
bunker,
unit. Yeah.
the planetary.
It's difficult to break that, and its spread is really quite awesome. Everything's looking really good for GanZI in his position. You know, he's even got that third base up and mining nonstop, whereas the third of Polt is having kind of a hard time. It's on and off on mining.
Yeah, it's definitely not efficient mining.
And wait a minute.
I was like, don't do that.
I was like, what is this? All right, so we're going to see these next couple tanks probably go up into the third base area and start pushing there because GanZI has cut off Polt from his third. He's got siege tanks in the way. It's going to be very difficult for Polt to get through there. He's going to have to do a concentrated attack somewhere. Looks like he's choosing to do it this way, Tasteless.
Okay. Kind of a gutsy move here.
Not a bad choice, so he's got to do something.
Oh, look at the siege tanks. They're just out of range of the Marines. All those Marines taking so much damage. And meanwhile, the third base at the bottom right side of the minimap now under attack. Ah!
And he's just going for it. Will Polt repair? And yes, he will. And that planetary going to get a quadrillion
he's screwing
kills.
up.
He's even going to kill siege tanks with that thing.
A planetary versus a siege tank in siege mode, and the planetary wins the fight. I have now seen everything.
But Polt has a lot of units still. He's not out quite yet. It's a very hard position, though.
Smartly, GanZI just backs up, says, I don't really need to deal with it. I just need to keep my attention over here to where this planetary is.
Quite true. GanZI barely holding on to all the important areas. He's
but at the same
keeping
time,
Polt down, and he's keeping his expansion offline.
He is bullying Polt out of the economic game right now. Polt
Yes.
has to be MacGyver right now with his units. Everything has to be done perfectly. And you can see he's going to come in from another angle over here. Oh, is he going to spot it? Marines now running up here. And Polt once again reclaim this location. But meanwhile, the siege tanks are unguarded.
Oh, man, that is exactly. You can't let it happen. Very smart move by GanZI to move in there. And now he is up once again by over 30 supply.
We have siege tanks now sieging up. So many bruised siege tanks right now. Polt, I think, not entirely sure where to go on the map. He's going to give up here, probably try to move out, but that will give GanZI an opening to move down to the bottom right.
Well, GanZI sieging up very nicely.
The Marines did escape through, but they have an answer. It's called GanZI's Marines over at the top.
Oh, and GanZI's Marines actually have an additional +1 attack.
Oh,
Polt does
wow,
have
that's
2-2
huge.
on the way, but yeah, absolutely huge. If they have anywhere near similar numbers, GanZI will win the battle. But GanZI actually doesn't have a lot of medevacs. He's spending a lot on siege tanks, so he has very low health on his Marines, which will make Polt, of course, shred it with his medevacs Marines.
Looks like this upper left-hand base is going to be denied here for GanZI as Polt has one Marine that's gunned down the SCV. There is a sensor tower just kind of representing just how dominant right now GanZI is on the map, as there's really nowhere that Polt can move without GanZI knowing, without GanZI being able to monitor that. I love this. You are doing so much with so little when you put a few Marines down there in the bottom right with a medevac.
The amount of minerals he's costing him by putting those back there is worth more than the Marines. And as Tesa said, you have to be heartless to be good at Starcraft.
You do. And now we have the sensor tower being engaged here, and I think that's the moment where GanZI's going to give up this position.
It's a good choice as well.
Scan there, right on top of the army. He knows, but can he get down there in time?
Oh, this might be bloody. Those Marines are very badly hurt right
he's
now.
about to become sandwiched. He needs to get up the ramp. Tank goes down. Marines stimming, turning around. But look at how many blue Marines there are for Polt.
Polt is just pulling this game out of nowhere, Tasteless. If he wins this, this is going to be absolutely amazing. He has 2-2 upgrades now. Gets just a 2-1 of GanZI. And oh my god, he's so close to this next phase, but GanZI has a lot of tanks. And he is going to siege up. Polt's got to run.
He is backed up now. Excuse me. He is backed up now And he will not be able to give up that location over there. Excuse me, I had to sneeze.
By the way, GanZI, even though Polt in a lot of ways is outplaying him, GanZI is definitely outplaying Polt in the economic game.
Yep.
He's taking that top left. It's going to be his 4th base. His 3rd is never stopped mining. It's really allowed him to get up this superior army of a ton of siege tanks. 12 against 5 right now, which is a huge difference. And oh my god, Polt runs in as the tanks aren't siege. Absolutely huge move here by Polt.
Oh my god, he just knocked him back to the Stone Age with the number of siege tanks.
But no, a drop by GanZI is going to catch these medevacs. Polt stimming up with some more Marines, but does GanZI have enough? It looks like he does have enough to power through here.
And now Polt losing so many medevacs that he cannot afford to lose. 76 applied for Polt, 121 here for GanZI.
This game is so crazy.
It really is. You know, I feel like Polt can win, but my God, this guy has been barely alive. I mean, he has been on life support for like the past 10 minutes, and he's still pulling tricks out of his hat.
GanZI up by a lot, by about 50 supply right now. It's getting worse and worse for Polt. He's having such a hard time keeping anything mining right now. And in fact, Polt, I think, realizes right now this is the moment where he's probably dead, so he needs to do something drastic.
Yeah, well,
GanZI
if he loses this base, he's dead. Oh, look at this. He's going to drop 2 Marines back here.
So smart. No way to really take those out with a medevac over him with 2-2 upgrades.
Look at this. He's actually trying to repair the CVs. It's like, what do I do? I don't know. I mean...
Yeah, may as well.
So the SCV is now on auto repair, a certain number of them. I'm kind of impressed with that little auto repair thing. I guess that would make sense in this weird situation. Meanwhile, moving up here to GanZI's planetary. He's got to be careful, though.
GanZI has a lot of units coming up as well. There are a lot of siege tanks for Polt, though. So Polt may be able to deny him this expansion for now. But, of course, GanZI does have that other base mining.
Oh, man. All right, here he comes. Sitting the SCV, sitting everything. The siege tank blocking that.
Wow, that is a ton of units from GanZI. His supply is just too superior, tasteless. And it looks like I was right, you were wrong, eat it. GanZI is going to be the first to advance from the group.
Those Artosis predictions, man. What are you going to do?
They're just too good.
They're just too damn
But this
good.
game has been just phenomenal, man. This absolutely a fantastic game by both sides.
Now, Polt did take this base over here, but this should be completely wiped out by this army moving southbound right now. Man, talk about a tiring game. Polt is going to be exhausted after this.
Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. GG. GanZI wins the group.
Well done, GanZI. He's just too strong. It's just that simple.
Yeah, GanZI, a very good player. Awesome, some might say.
Well, the story continues with Polt. He'll have to face off against,
well, we'll see.
Ensnare or
Lenok, yeah.
Or Lenok,
probably Lenok. That's my feeling. Lenok, I love that kid, man. He's so good. But Ensnare, I mean, he's stayed around for a very long time. The first new change in Code S, could that be the one that kills off Ensnare?
Yeah, actually, it
in
might
the old
be.
format, Ensnare is indestructible, but in the new one,
There's just no way. Sorry,
maybe
Ensnare.
not. Maybe not.
We made that to filter you out.
Sorry, Ensnare. You know what? The sad reality of it is that's actually true. There's like too many of these mid-level Terrans that wouldn't leave Code S, so now we have this huge rotation to get new players in and old players out.
So we had to
said
do.
it as a joke, but you know what?
It's actually
Reality
true.
check, that's actually what's happening here.
That's what's going on, guys.
But you know what? It would be such a great story if Ensnare kicks some ass in this game and stays in.
Look, it's always exciting to have one player who just will not die.
It is.
You know?
I'm actually getting more excited about Ensnare since I saw those stats.
Well, he's just somebody I always
the fact
forget
that he just
about,
never
but
goes away.
He
I'm like,
is very interesting.
I think to myself, yeah, actually, I've been casting him forever. He just won't go away.
We've been casting here for like, what, a year and 3 months now?
Yeah, something like that.
We've
It's been a
gotten
while.
pretty familiar with all these players.
That's right. We know them pretty much inside out, Tasteless.
I could write 3 paragraphs about each of these players. 5 sentences in each paragraph.
Double space.
Double spaced, yeah. All right.
New Times
Lena.
Roman.
New Times Roman. Maybe Ariel.
Ariel.
You know,
no.
I used to know this way to make it so
Listen, Ariel's a mermaid. New Times Roman, that's a font.
I used to know a way to like make my font like slightly bigger, like slightly like make the spacing between the letters so that I would have to, if I had like a 10-page paper.
Normally when I had like a paper like that, I would think about ways to do that, and then I just wouldn't do the paper. I'd like,
I always had a computer friend that could take care of that for me. Did you ever have a professor or teacher that tried to crash on Wikipedia?
all the
It's
time.
like, don't use Wikipedia. I'll know. I'm like, no, you don't, because I actually used Wikipedia and got A's on all of your
I
papers.
just copied the Wikipedia page.
And I just put, I just cited like the sources. I just like went on Amazon.com, like looked up, like wrote up books about it. I'm like, okay, went to a bibliography maker, pasted that in there.
Cases. I
This is
printed
actually
out
proof of
the
a true smart
I
person.
printed out the Wikipedia page and then whited out the internet address bar. Okay, wrote my name there.
All right, let's get ready for Leenock up against the snare here in the GSL Codex.